Hello everyone, welcome. Today I bring you a replay I played on the Live Oaks map. And my opinion, best premium tier 8 medium tank, the French CDC. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the real name. It's like I said, I'm not going to try to pronounce it. I'm not much of a stats guy myself, but I can tell you one thing that's for sure. This thing has an extremely good engine and an extremely good gun for its tier. Maybe, I mean, I could live with the gun having a little bit better aiming time, but that would kind of make the thing a little bit overpowered, in my opinion. So, as it is right now, you can see the acceleration of this thing is just insane. On the other hand, it is a pretty large tank, but it's pretty light for its size. That's what gives it the good acceleration, but that's what also gives it the extremely terrible armor. It can get penetrated by basically anything, except if you're lucky enough to get shot in the tracks and the tracks absorb the shot. So, if I do say so myself, I wisely decided not to go into the city and try to see if I'm gonna get lucky here. We're about to spot a quite decent amount of enemy tanks, but I have ample backup, so I'm not too worried. Guess the T-44 had the same idea as me, and I'm actually quite surprised that the shot I fired at the M1 went through, hitting the turret, which is extremely well angled, to be honest. Even if the tanks are similar, it's nothing really like the AMX 5100, because as I can only assume we all know, the AMX 5100's turret, or basically the whole tank, is made out of tissue paper. I don't have an extremely good crew in the tank at the moment. I didn't get it too long ago, so it's still pretty fresh to me. And I'm actually quite surprised I didn't get spotted. I was like, do I even have a sixth sense in this tank? But as we can see now, yes, I do have sixth sense, and I have no idea where the shot went. Spotting the T-34, I decided to pull back, not really want to shoot at him. He unwisely decided to stick around and get a shot in return. T-44 tries to run away. My first shot was pretty poorly aimed. That's why I hesitate a little bit on my second shot, but that hits him. He gets pretty lucky here, bouncing that on the side of the turret. I take a one shot and decide that now is the time to rejoin my team that pushed a little bit in front of me. Like I said, I really didn't want to push with this thing. That's mostly my problem always, because I'm really impatient and I push, and because the thing's pretty large, so the camera value is, I mean, it's okay, but it's not that good, and well, it has no armor, so what hits you basically penetrates you most of the time. I was thinking maybe I could get a sneaky shot into the T-34, but the other tanks are just too fast for me, and I'm just a little bit slow. I decided to gun the engine and maybe try to get a shot at the RT, but I'm too slow for that as well. And WZ-111 takes the RT out. But the T-44 does a poor job of hiding, and I get a shot into him, which is nice. Pull back, not to give him a turn shot. Fires, but yeah, well, he's screwed. My second shot was not that well aimed, because those surprise butt sets, and I took him out. Staying on the minimap, the last known position of the two enemy tank destroyers, I really didn't want to go rush down the middle to pay the price that Scorpion G is about to pay. That was a foolish mistake. Still being spotted and just wishing for the best. Sticking to the low ground, I tried to get closer, not wanting to give shots to the enemy. Peek, maybe spot the tank destroyers. I do spot the object, but he has really troll armor, and even my APCR reached it. For a tier 8 premium tank, has really good penetration. Didn't manage to go through. Seeing that I still have pretty nice backup behind me, I decided to get a little bit closer. I mean, of course, you can never rely on your team in a random battle. Wouldn't be the first time backfired on a player, but this time I was lucky. I was like, oh shit, and Scorpion G misses, but fortunately I missed my return shot as well, and the RT barely misses him, splashing in for around 80 damage. Not wanting to leave things to fate, I decided to take the other side of the hill because we still don't know where the IS-6 is, so this position is far safer, or at least I thought, and I get shot by the Batmobile, or also known as the Rheinmetall Borsig. But he does a pretty poor job of shooting me again. And yeah, I forgot about that. The prototype also takes a fair chunk of my health off as well. I also have to thank the heavy tank that came to help me, taking attention from both the enemy heavy tanks, giving me the opportunity for some juicy side shots. Also, I'm not really sure what the AMX was trying to do here, but hey, I'm not complaining. Damage is damage, right? Another nice side shot at has 6. You're probably screaming at me for firing all the APCR, but I really didn't care, because this thing is really unlikely to make, to not make money with this. And I really wanted to win this game, because my last game, the game I played before this one, it was a disaster, and I was like, I'm gonna win this even if I make a deficit. I don't really care, I just want to win. The two remaining enemy tanks are just dead meat now. There's no chance of them escaping. I mean, there's the first kill. And I know that the Rheinmetall is aiming at me, but I was like, I have the health, I don't care. And there's the second victory. Let's take a look at the post-game stats, shall we? 108,000 credits profit, 1,931 experience, the first class mastery badge. Not bad. Ended up being the first in experience and second in damage done. Slightly behind our RT, that played very well. Very well indeed. All in all, I fired 21 times, 16 hits with 15 penetrations. Considering how many premium rounds I fired, I still managed to make a quite decent profit. That is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.